Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd. So it's my friends over at yarnspirations.com, week number 2 with the study of planet Earth. Now in this particular study we're going to continue to grow our circle a little bit more. You know, the Earth's core is round and we're going to get a little bit bigger. But of course I realize that a lot of people do not like round afghans, so in this particular clue we're then going to transition from a circle and into a hexagon. I always want to say hexagonal. So I'm going to be transferring with this within this week, and then we're going to start growing it out as a hexagon for the remaining of the week. So without further ado, let's go on into the studio and let's see what you're going to get yourselves into today. So let's move along in our stitch along, and now we're going to do these rounds here, and the final clues are right here. So on page number 2 is the instructions for the diagram, and you can read the written instructions if you wish, but of course myself I'm going to focus on the diagram. So we're going to go in this particular clue this week is from 9 all the way to 16. If you're planning your colors, this is where you'll want to use that 10th ball to keep the coloring the same as what you've already done. So you want to keep all of this section the same color, and then we're going to then let the ball then in week number 3 and beyond just come out as is, and it will work out really quite awesome. So without further ado, let's take a closer look and let's get ourselves started. So let's begin round number 9. So round number 9 we're going to join from the back post only, chain up 3, and that will count as a back post double crochet, and then we're going to do 1 back post double crochet in each of these all the way around. So it's a nice easy round. You'll notice that the study of texture and the study of planet Earth has ridges that are consistent that make up each section. So it's actually kind of a fun idea, and it's something that's really quite awesome. I've also written the pattern in a way that each time you see a week, if you are strategizing your color, so you want to plan the color instead of it actually coming out as is from the ball, then what you would like to do that each week then that is a separate layer of color, and we had one of our testers do that as well. So let's begin round number 9. When I last left you, we just started this color, and you can see it's a solid all the way around, and we strategized that in order to happen. For people that aren't following the tutorial, they might not realize that we've done that, but that's okay. We're gonna move along and do it our own way, right? So what we'd like to do is, if you're joining a new color, then what you can just do is just go around the first chain 3 that you started with in order to get that. But if you're not, and you're just continuing to go, just sneak it to the back side, and then just come out from the back side and back out the other way and just slip stitch. And what that will do is it'll pull the stitch backwards so that the first stitch looks like it's a back post double crochet. And now I want you to chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3. So this round, round number 9, is the 1 back post in each stitch. So just coming from the back and just pop it out between the posts, and then pop it right back to the outside or to the back side, and then pull through, and then pull through 2 and 2, and you're going to do that all the way around. The thing you need to watch out for, and that I warned you in week number 1, is that when you do these back posts, make sure that you're grabbing all of the entire post. It's easy to somehow just accidentally just leave one particular strand in behind. So this one I just did on purpose, so you see it doesn't look the same. So you want to keep an eye on that, and if it's a different color that you're using, it'll be very obvious as well. So please apply 1 back post double crochet in each stitch all the way around for round number 9. So when you get all the way back around, all you just need to do is just slip stitch then to the beginning top of the chain 3. And then that will conclude that. So I'm keeping an eye on the color. So you'll notice that when I push it down here, this doesn't really flare out much. It'll flare out more as it gets bigger. So if you're worried that you don't really see it popping out and it's kind of folding down, that's normal. That's the way that the stitch works. So what I'm doing is I'm keeping an eye on the ball here. I want to keep just this color going. So ball number 10 is the ball that I'm going to pull from. However, remember that we had all those little bits of yarn that we had left over when we segregated the colors. If you have that color here, this one you're going to use that as well. So don't waste any yarn, and we're going to keep on going, and let's now go to round number 10. So round number 10 we're going to grow out a little bit, so we're going to chain up 1, and then we're going to put 2 single crochets in the same one as the join. So just 1 and 2, and then moving along. So here's the growth. The next stitch here, and so 7 in a row, this one plus 6 more, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 are all 1 single crochet by itself. Then 2 into the next one, so 1 and 2. So then the next 7 and then 2, 7 and then 2. So what I want you to do is do that all the way around for round number 10, and I'll meet you back here in just a moment. So once I get all the way back around, I've got all the way in, so there was 7 in a row that finished that, because, and you think about it, because there's 2 and then 7 and then we started off with 2. So just keep that in mind, so everything is working out perfectly. So let's move on now to the next round, round number 11. So you'll notice that it's not quite sitting flat. So this was during the design, remember. So what I decided to do in order to get this to sit more flat is that the next round, number 12, is, sorry, next 11, next one is round number 11, is just chain up 1 and apply only 1 single crochet in each of the stitches, and this is gonna help it calm down a little bit. So what this is doing is it's gonna make a good balance. So for round number 11, just 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around, please. So when you get to the last one all the way around, just slip stitch it to the beginning. Now off camera here, my yarn is starting to run out of this particular color. I'm almost out. I want to be completely transparent of that. So as soon as I get to the end, so what I'm gonna just do is just pull the remaining of this one out, and I'm gonna cut it as soon as I see it's ready to transition to the orange. Okay, so as soon as I see that it looks like a color difference, it's gone. So this is where I'm gonna end it, and I'm gonna take my 10th ball and pick up the color so that I can do the remaining of this particular week with using the same color. So round number 12, you'll notice that it's still not sitting quite flat. It's pretty close, right? So round number 12, we're gonna just do there's no increase round. We just want to do 1 double crochet in each. So we're gonna just chain up 3, which counts as the first stitch. Move to the next one here, and I'm gonna show you how to cheat at the end of this to make that look all filled in once you get all the way around. So please do this, and this is going to be round number 12 here, and let's continue that process. So 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way around. So I'm gonna come all the way around, and I want to show you how to cheat a system here. So we actually have 1 stitch left, but do you see how this leans over there? That causes an extra space to appear even though it's not a stitch. So if I go to fasten it off, you will see that there is a bigger gap. So how you can avoid that is on the last stitch. This is a cheating technique, so it's not written anywhere. So you're just gonna yarn over it, and going into the last stitch, pull through 2 and hold it, and then see this where that's joining. So just wrap the hook going into the joining, pull through 2 and hold it, and then pull through all 3. And what you've just done is now you filled in that space that will occur with this one here, and it's still only being 1 stitch, which is what you need. Then attach to the top of the first chain 3, and you can see it fills it in. So what I want to do is go back to the diagram, as we're now going to start converting into a hexagon. So now we're gonna begin to go into a hexagon. So we're gonna chain up 3, which counts as the first double crochet, and what we want to do is that when we go all the way around, you're going to notice that when we do the corners here, that there's not sharing the same stitch, so they're just being spaced apart. So what's gonna happen here is that this one plus the other 2 gives you 3 double crochets in a row. There will then be 2 half double crochets in a row, 8 single crochets in a row, and then it reverses into mirror. So then it goes 2 half double crochets and then 3 double crochets. And in order to turn a corner, we're gonna chain just 1 and then immediately start in the next stitch. So there'll be 3 doubles, 2 halves, 8 singles, and let me move the paper, 2 halves, 3 doubles, chain 1, and then start all over again. So this is what we're gonna do. This is round number 13. Okay, so let's take our time and get ready for round number 13. We're gonna chain up 3, which counts as the first double crochet. So immediately starting in the next stitch, there's gonna be a double crochet in that one plus the next one. So that gives you your 3 double crochets in a row that you need. You then need to do 2 half double crochets in a row. So it's 1 and 2. Then you need to do 8 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and this is the halfway on a flat side, and so then it'll be 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then we're gonna start then growing bigger. So 2 half double crochets in a row, so 1 and 2, so there's 1 in each, and then the next 3 are doubles, and then we're gonna do our first corner. To do the corner, simply just chain 1 and start immediately in the next one. So it's gonna be 3 halves in a row, sorry, 3 doubles in a row. So 1, 2, and 3. Then 2 halves, 1 and 2. and then 8 singles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then 2 halves, 1 and 2, and then 3 doubles, and there is another side done. Okay, so to turn, just chain 1 and start immediately in the next one, and then just do this, and you're gonna notice that the hexagon shape is gonna start to form right in front of your very eyes. So please do this all the way around, round number 13. So as I'm coming up around on round number 13, all I have here is that I'm gonna show you something new. So this here is because I jumped from the to the 10th ball to get the remaining of this color out. So what I want to do, usually what you do is you chain 1 and then you attach to the top of the chain 3. I don't want you to do that. I want you to go to the top of the chain 3 and pull through, and then pull through 2. So what you've just done is you've used a single crochet to join it, and this will keep you right in the center of the gap. So when you lay this down, you're going to notice, and let me just zoom out a little bit, is that you started transitioning to a hexagon shape, but we're not quite there yet. We want to get it to a nice perfect look. So we're gonna then move up to round number 14 and then begin to do that. But there's something really special there, so watch that. So as we begin round number 14, I want you to notice something. We're gonna chain up 3 to start, and then you're going to notice in the next stitch we're gonna put 2 doubles into that same one, and then we're gonna start then going down. So next one is one double crochet by itself, and then 2 halves, and then we have singles again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and then 2 doubles, and then 1 double, and then 1 double, and then in the corner it will be 1 double, chain 1, and 1 double. So you'll notice here the ones that are here are only in one side of this, and what this is doing is it's changing the count for later so that we can get an odd number in here, which we need for the next week of stitches. So just remember, the first one out of the gate has 2 into the same one, but it doesn't mirror it on the other side of the same flat side. Let's begin round number 14. So let's begin round number 14. Just chain up 3, 1, 2, 3. That counts as your first double in the corner, and then your next one here is gonna be 2 doubles in a row, or 2 double in the same one. So 1 and 2. So I had to do this to get myself to an odd count, which is why we're doing that. So the next one is 1 double by itself. So the next 2 in a row are each 1 half. So 1 half double crochet. And now the next 10 are singles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then 2 halves in a row. So 1 and 2, and then what we have is we have 2 stitches left, and that's gonna be each 1 double crochet. So 1 and 2, and now we're in a corner. So the corner then is gonna be 1 double, chain 1, 1 double, and let's review one more side to make sure that you're kicking off properly. So you'll notice that this made it nice and more flat. That's why I did that. So let's continue. The first one out of the gate, out of a corner here, is gonna be 2 doubles into the same one. So 1 and 2, and then there's gonna be 1 right after that. 1 double is sitting by itself. Then we then have 2 halves, or 1 or 2, the next 2 stitches are 1 half double crochet, and then 10 singles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then 2 halves, 1 and 2, and then the remaining 2 stitches before the corner are each 1 double crochet. So I want you to do that all the way around, please. This is round number 14, and you will see that it's gonna take its shape beautifully, and then we'll continue from that point going all the way around. So I'll see you at the end of this round, round number 14. So as you come back around, the last 2 stitches, if you're keeping count, are 1 double crochet each, and don't forget that you still have to do the final corner, so you just got to do only 1 double crochet and then join it with a single crochet to the top of the chain 3. So let's do that. So as we move on now to round number 15, what I want you to do is I want you to grab about 12-inch long yarn strands or stitch markers depending on what you prefer using, and we're gonna be needing that because in the future you'll notice that it'll be easier to find your stitches if you mark stitches that have a single crochet round, which we're about to do. And so what we're doing now is we're setting ourselves up then for week number 3, so we just still have 2 more rounds to do, and we're gonna do that within this particular section right now. So start up round number 15, you're gonna chain up 1, and in the same space you're gonna apply 1 single crochet, and then it's 1 single crochet in each of the stitches all the way to the next corner. So what I want you to do with that stitch marker, all 6 of them, is that I want you to place those in the corners so that you can see them. They're hard to tell later on in the future where your corners are, and I can tell you that from experience. And for myself, I even had to mark my corners with stitch markers so that I could physically see them later on. So if you think you're confident and you don't want to do that, by all means don't. But if your counts are going wrong, chances are you're misidentifying the corner. So that's just a tip for you that is not part of the written words. So we're just gonna go right to the corner, which is next. So go right into a corner, and it's gonna be single crochet, chain 1, 1 single crochet, and then I just single crochet in the next one right after it, and then I hold it. So what I want to do is I want to split the 2 single crochets that are in the center, and I want to grab a stitch marker and pull it from behind. You can pull it from the front, I don't care, it doesn't matter. And I want to let it rest so that I can physically see that corner next time. And then I'm just gonna carry on around, so just continue 1 single crochet in each, and then in the corners again 1 single crochet, chain 1, 1 single crochet, and put in your stitch marker so you can see it. If you have plastic stitch markers and you prefer that, that's great. I like to follow it up, so I leave an extra long yarn tail in there so that I can physically see it in the future if I need to. So let's continue then round number 15. So as you come back around, you're just doing 1 single crochet into each, and do not forget that you still have to do that first corner that you started with. So you just got to do 1 single crochet and then just join it with the single crochet to the top of the first single crochet like that. And when you go to join it like that, what I would recommend is pull that stitch marker through so that you can see that in the future. Again, that's up to you. I'm not taking any chances. I'm experiencing crochet and I still miss it. So at this time your particular blanket should be sitting flat. Let me just back you out a little bit here, so step away from the desk, and everything should be sitting quite nice and flat. This puckers up, this gives the texture, so if it's not sitting completely flat in this spot, that's normal. That's what we're okay for. So let's go back to the diagram and let's finish the final round for today. So as we do the last round here, round number 16, we're going to chain up 1 and put 1 single crochet in the first chain 1 space that was completed that we just did. Then we chain 1, skip the first stitch, and then go to the second, chain 1, and we keep doing that all the way to the corner. So we have to just be conscious of that. Move that stitch marker up in the corner, so it'll be 1 single crochet, chain 1, 1 single crochet. And what we're doing is we're making space for next time as we move into week number 3, as we're gonna do the bean stitch at that particular point. So let's move on to the final round, number 16. So let's begin the first one. So we're gonna chain up 1 and right, see where I marked it with the stitch marker, I can see it. It's gonna be 1 single crochet. Then we're gonna chain 1 and we're going to skip the first single crochet. And what we have to just watch for, see this is the single crochet here, the top of it, so this is the first one that we need to go into. So you're skipping the first one and then going to the next. We need to have 12 spaces going all the way across. So chain 1, skip the next one, single crochet in the next. Chain 1, skip the next one, single crochet in the next. You're gonna do that all the way to the corner. You should have 12 chain 1 spaces by the time you get there. If you are missing one, I would honest to God just throw in something extra so that you can get it to go in there. Nobody likes taking apart their work, so if something's gone wrong for you at this point, this is a great opportunity for you to fake it. If your project's sitting flat, you can fake it pretty easily. So let's just count the number of spaces. I'm not all the way there yet, so I count after the corner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and watch this. This is my 12th and I'm skipping the next one, and the next stitch is actually the corner that I can see with the stitch marker. See how handy that is? I know. So chain 1, 1 single crochet in the same one. So there is your new corner. So move that stitch marker, so come from behind and pull that back. Don't pull it out, just pull it back so that you can see the line as it's growing. So now you can continue again. So chain up 1, and this is your first single crochet that's here. So this is the next one that you need to go to, and chain 1 and skip 1 and do that. So this is how you're gonna complete. Make sure that you do have your 12 chain 1 spaces all the way around in each side, and therefore you'll be ready for week number 3. This will be the last round that I control the colors, and then from here on in this project I let the colors then start. So at the end of this round I'm going to end this color and then grab that ball number 1 again and start it right where I stopped, and then let the colors then go in sequence from that point on for the remaining of the project. Again, that is your call, and that's what I did, and it looks pretty awesome. So as I finish this round I got my last chain 1, and I'm gonna come into where I started, so single crochet, and join it with the single crochet to the top of the first single crochet, and this is where I'm gonna end this color. So just gonna join it, and I'm gonna finish this color here, and I'm gonna grab ball number 1 that we had been working with, and I am going to start that one next time in week number 3. So from this point on the colors then will come out of the ball as is, and for myself the middle has then been done perfectly, so your eyes can just go to exactly where they need to go, and I'll see you next week as we continue our study of planet Earth as we move along in this series. Leave in your stitch markers. Oh yeah, and don't forget to move that final one up too, and you'll always keep an eye on those, and honestly it's the best tip ever. So your particular project should be sitting flat. Just manipulate it a little bit, give it a little bit of a stretch, and we'll see you next time as we continue our study of planet Earth. So that's it for week number 2. If you saw the instructions and what I said to you, by the end of this particular clue you're gonna want to let the colors fall where they were. So you've already done the strategizing for being able to put the colors where it's gonna look the best in the very center, but now you're gonna let your balls just continually come out as is, and this is gonna be part of the amazing adventure. So this is week number 2. We're gonna move on to week number 3 next week, and I hope to see you then. Till next time, it's Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Crowd as well as my friends over at yarnspirations.com. We'll see ya again real soon. Bye-bye.